Good to go? Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Thanks for coming to this conference. I think the last one of the day. It was a great 2 days here with all of you. My name is Rafael Scapin, or Scapin, you choose. I'm going to explain in a few minutes. I work at Dawson College here in Montreal. It's a cégep, it's a Collège d'enseignement général et professionnel. It's like a community college from the States. How many of you here are from Montreal? Raise your hands. Okay, so we have people not from Montreal, that's good. They're going to talk something here. I work with educational technology, Dawson, but I love language. And this presentation was supposed to be presented by a teacher, the chair of the Modern Language Department, but unfortunately she's on vacation and she couldn't be. So last minute, she contacted me and said, Rafael, can you go there and present it for me? I said, yes, I can. It's not going to be so good as you, but I'll do my best to represent to you there. So that's what I'm doing here. I'm replacing the teacher who did this. Before I start, just a joke about my last name, as I told you. So my last name is, in fact, Italian, from northern Italy. It's a dialect, it's a Venetian dialect, it's Scapin. But here in Quebec, people think I'm French, because there's a play by Molière called Les Fourberies de Scapin. So they think my last name is French because of this. So they always say, oh, Monsieur Scapin. And the Anglophone people, Mr. Scapin, how are you? So I joke with people. And I'm from Brazil originally. So I was born in Brazil. I came to Canada 80 years ago. And my grandparents immigrated to Brazil in 1891. So from my father's side, I'm Italian. From my mother's side, I'm Spanish and Portuguese. So I'm a mix. And when I joke here with people, I say, I'm half Italian. And then they say, which half is Italian? Say, left to right, upper right. Say, the best one. So so I make a joke either with my first name, because this is Rafael with F, is Portuguese, Spanish, is the same writing. But in Brazil, we pronounce like Rafael. And in Spanish, they would say Rafael, so it's a little bit different. So I make a joke with my first name, and I write like this. In English, we have a PH, okay, Rafael. In French, we have le tréma, c'est Rafael, like the tréma. So I make a joke with my first name. I write my first name like this. So I put a parenthesis. I put a tréma in a parenthesis. You choose if you want to be English or French. So it's up to you. So it could be Rafael Scapin, Rafael Scapin. You choose it. It doesn't matter. Just a joke about me. So this is where my family came from northern Italy. So there's a website where you can go for people who are Italian descendants. You can put your last name, and they pinpoint where your last name appears in Italy. So this is a dialect last name. So for northern Italy, every Italian last name that doesn't finish with a vowel usually comes from the north. And the meaning of my last name in dialect, not in standard Italian, because it doesn't mean anything, is the tongue of your shoes. Okay, so it's funny. But just a little bit about me and language things. Because I'm going to talk about Dawson College. Let's see Dawson from the space. Okay. So that you see exactly where is Dawson College. Let's fly. Coming to Montreal. And this is where Dawson is. Okay, Boulevard de Maisonneuve, 4001. Oops. Let's go here. This is where Dawson is. In fact, it's 10 minutes from here if you walk the Maisonneuve. Montreal is an island, a banana-shaped island. Okay, but the city of Montreal does not encompass the entire island. So you have towns inside the island of Montreal, and Dawson College is inside Westmount, this tiny little English-speaking city inside the island of Montreal. In fact, one part of Dawson is in Montreal. This part here is Montreal. Okay, this is Dawson College, an entire block in Montreal. This part here is Montreal, and this part here is Westmount. Okay, so if you walk in Westmount, you don't see the arrêt, you see stop. So, because most of the population there is Anglophone, so they have the right to use English there. But everybody's kind of bilingual there. So Dawson is here. I work here, so I work in Westmount. Okay, so my office is over here. But you can work at Dawson in Montreal, too. Okay. So this is Dawson College. And I joke with people, because Dawson is the biggest CEGEP in Quebec. We only have CEGEPs in Quebec, in Canada. So when students, they finish high school here, they cannot go to university right away. They need necessarily to go to a CEGEP for 2 or 3 years before they go to university, okay? Or they can take a technical course and have a profession and work, or a pre-university program, okay? So Dawson is the biggest one. We have 51 CEGEPs all over Quebec. 5 or 6 are English, and the rest is in French, the Francophone ones and the English ones. So we have 11,000 students, and I joke with my friends, I say, I work in the biggest CEGEP of the universe. The reason is, we only have CEGEPs in Quebec. Dawson is the biggest one, so it's the biggest in the universe. So this is Dawson in winter. We have a winter here, 11 months a year, and 1 month, 20 degrees. Just kidding. This is what? Wait, no, sir. I love winter. I'm Brazilian. I'm not a typical Brazilian because I love winter. And people ask you, why did you choose Canada to live? Because I love winter. They look at me, are you crazy? No, I love winter, really. I feel so good in winter. I don't blame winter. The island of Montreal is divided roughly in some areas. So we have areas of the island where English is the most spoken language, some areas where French is the dominant language, and some areas where you have what we call here the allophones. What's an anglophone? What's a francophone? And an allophone. An allophone is the person who answers the phone with hello. No. Not really. So an anglophone is the person whose mother tongue is English. A francophone is a person whose mother tongue is French. And an allophone is a person whose mother tongue is neither English nor French. So if you speak like Italian as first language, you're an allophone. If you speak Spanish, Portuguese, you're an allophone. So they divided the island. So historically, the island of Montreal, if you can divide like in 2 parts, and the Saint Laurent Street divides, used it to divide this in the past, Montreal in 2. So everything east of Saint Laurent was mostly French, and everything west was mostly English. This is for the city of Montreal. For the island, you can work basically like this too. So this is what we call West Island. So the English is dominant there. You have more people speaking English there. And the east part of the island of Montreal, where you can see French is the language, mostly speaking there. And some areas here, this green areas where allophone people are the majority of the population, mostly immigrants. And this is the linguistic minorities in Montreal, divided. You see the island here. This is the island of Montreal. This is the Laval, the north part, we call the Rive Nord. And the south part of the island here, La Rive Sud. So we have here. So you can see the most common mother tongues other than French or English in the island of Montreal. So in green, you have Arabic. So everything green here, Arabic is the predominant language. Then you have Bengali, Chinese, Creole. Creole is this one's here. Farsi, German, Greek. Greek's like this blue here. Hebrew, Italian. You have Italian over here. There's a neighborhood here called Saint Leonard. It's the Italian neighborhood where you can go for a good pizza or a cafe or... And then you have Russian, Spanish, Tagalog, Tamil, Yiddish, and other languages. So this gives you an idea how multicultural is Montreal, just the island of Montreal. So you have a lot of immigration here, and every year, Quebec, the province of Quebec, receives around 35,000 immigrants. Most of them choose Montreal to live, because it's the biggest city. It's not the capital is Quebec City. But the biggest cities are Montreal, number one, Quebec City. Then you have Sherbrooke and Gatineau. Gatineau is close to Ottawa, the capital of Canada. But Montreal is number one, so they flock to Montreal every year. So you have lots of immigrants here. And this is by mother tongue. This is a breakdown of mother tongue language. This is from 2006 from Statistics Canada. So you see French in Montreal is 65.8%. In the province of Quebec, French is almost 80%, 79.7%. And in Canada, on the right side, is 22%. Then you have English. In Montreal, it's 13.2% of the population, native speakers. And Quebec, as the province, 90%. And in Canada, 58.6%. Then you have Arabic in Montreal, is 3.9%. In Quebec, 2.1%. In Canada, is only 1.1%. So you have a lot of Arabic speakers here. The reason is Quebec, the immigration system policy of Quebec is geared towards Francophone speakers. So for many years, they are asking people from the Francophone countries to immigrate here. So you have a lot of Haitian people here. We have the Maghreb people from Algeria, from Egypt, not Egypt, but Tunisia and other countries over there. So that's the reason Arabic is higher here than, let's say, in the rest of Canada. Then you have Spanish, a lot of Latin Americans here, Italians that came here in the 50s after the war, mostly from southern Italy. That's the biggest difference between South America and North America. Most of the Italians who came to South America from northern Italy, whereas in Canada and the States, most of the Italians are from southern Italy. So that's a difference. Then you have Creole. You see the difference, Creole in Montreal and the rest of Canada. The big difference. Here, you have Greek, Chinese, Portuguese, most of the immigrants from the Azores, so they speak Portuguese with a specific accent. It's very interesting because they pronounce tu like in French. The tu, like in Brazil, we don't use tu in Brazil, it's rarely used, except in southern Brazil. But here they pronounce tu, the Azorean people. Just like French, it's from their dialect, their accent. Chinese, Portuguese, Romanian, Vietnamese, Russian, Persian, Tagalog, Armenian, Polish, Tamil, Punjab, German, Bengali, Cantonese, Urdu, and Mandarin. And when you have the bold here, means we have more people here than the rest, let's say, of Canada or the province. So in Montreal, I have a lot of Armenians compared to the rest of Canada. I have a lot of Russians, Vietnamese, Romanian, Portuguese, and Bengali, but not so many Cantonese. Look, Canada has more, statistically speaking, than Montreal. Urdu, not so many. Mandarin, Vancouver has the biggest population. They call it Vancouver, right? They changed the name. Or Vancouver sometimes. So, and this is another graphic showing the population, the Montreal population by ethnic origin. So you have Canadians, 47% English speaking Canadian, French 26%, Italians 7%, Irish 6%, English from England 4%, Scottish 3%, Arab 3%, Jewish 2%, Haitian 2%, Chinese 2%, German 2%, Latin American 2%, North American Indian 2%, Quebecois. I don't know exactly what they put a Quebecois here, but maybe the people that consider themselves, what's your background? I'm Quebecois instead of I'm French Canadian. I don't know exactly. This is from Statistics Canada too. Yeah, you'd like to?
I was just going to say, this is
sure.
A survey where people were asked to
identify themselves.
Their ethnicity.
Yeah.
So a lot of the Canadians may very well be French speakers.
Could be. Yeah, this is how you consider yourself to be. Exactly. Okay, so this is just to give an overview. So just for this statistics I'm showing you, you can see how many immigrants, how many people from other countries live in Montreal. And because of this, we decided to do at Dawson, like this teacher who conducted this research with the students, what they call the Dawson Speaks Project. because we have students from many different countries. Or even if they're living here, they're immigrants, or the grandfathers, the grandparents came here. So I'd like to know how many language students we have at Dawson, okay? So, but more than this, I'd like to put a face to the language. Not only statistically, okay, I have 22% French, I have 10% Haitian. That's too cold. So the teacher who created this, Helen Karanika, she's the chair of the Modern Language Department, what they did, they started this project, and every year Dawson will have a multicultural week. So the students go there, and we have like different booths from different countries. Then we have food, Moroccan food, we have Lebanese, whatever. There's all the immigrants represented that are there at the day. So what we did, we have forms for students. This is totally voluntary, like you don't need, nobody's forced to do anything. But let's say if you speak another language, please come here to our booth, the Modern Language table, fill out the form for us. I'd like to know a little bit about you. At Dawson, we have this information, but it's confidential. When you register for Dawson, they ask you, what's your mother tongue? What's your second language? But this is confidential. We cannot just go, oh, please give me the list of everybody who's, we cannot. So this is confidential. So that's the reason we decided to ask students to voluntarily do this for us. And we have approximately 140 forms. This is not too much, but we're gonna do this again this year. We did this 3 years ago. We're gonna do this year, and this time is gonna be online. You're gonna give a prize or something, so you have more people, so you can see more results. So that's the origin of this project here. So it started in fall 2012 and went until 2013 when they compiled the results and did other things. But the idea is they'd like to see a human face. So everybody, when you're filling the form, there was one of the questions is, would you like to be contacted by some of the teachers or students to be recorded, like they record a short video, or take your photo and post on the website? A lot of people are very shy. They said, well, sorry, I don't like this. But a few people said, okay, that's fine. And then we collected a lot of information. Let me show you this, the beginning of this. Is that okay? Oops.
We're asking Dawson students, what languages do you speak? We have been organizing kiosks to recruit people. So what we would do is we first we created a little survey, basic survey to have the name and contact information and language of a person. And a lot of people were interested. So.
And they have a big map pointing all the
multicultural
countries.
Place, but we don't always showcase our uniqueness, and people like to be wanted.
So Helen was the teacher who conducted this. Oops. No, stop. Yeah. Okay. So the project we had, as I told you, like approximately 140 forms, and we collect all this language here. We collected 57 languages, okay? Plus, this is what they did. I personally don't agree. And the end, they said we had 83 because they consider like, okay, Italian, Abruzzi, Basilicata, Calabria as languages. I don't know why they did this, but so the number raised to 83. That's the number you see on the description. But this is all the language. So they have Albanian, American Sign Language, Amharic, Arabic, Armenian, Bangla or Bengali, Bulgarian, Cambodian, Chinese, Cantonese, Mandarin, Teochew, I don't know what they, Sicilian, I think there's a typo here with S, they put a C, Czech, Creole, Haitian and Santa Lucia, Danish, Dari, Urdu, Dutch, Finnish, French, German, Greek, Hebrew, Hindi, Hungarian, Igbo, Italian, Korean, Jamaican, Patois, Japanese, Mohawk, Moldavian. In fact, it's Romanian, Moldavian, I think it's the same, like just political thing, apparently. Mongolian, Norwegian, Bukmal and Trendernorsk, Pashto, Punjabi, Persian, Polish, Portuguese. They divided Azores, Brazil, and Portugal. And I was one of the guy of Brazil. I'm the only Brazilian there. I mean, so I counted as one. So, but they have Portuguese students there. Romanian, Russian, Serbo-Croatian, Slovak, Somali, Spanish, and Colombia, Cuba, El Salvador, Ecuador, Mexico, Swahili, Tagalog, Taki-Taki. Do you know where this language is? Never heard. You never heard? From Suriname? Yeah. Yeah, Taki-Taki. Yeah, Tamil. Tamil, Tigrina, Tishluba, Turkish, Ukrainian, Urdu, Uzbek. Uzbek and Turkish, they're very, very, very close. Vietnamese, Waray, and Yiddish. So that's what they wrote. The total numbers of language, 57, but they put 83 because of the variants. Okay? I don't agree with this, but it's okay. But it's still, 57, it's huge. Okay, only 140 forms out of 11,000 students. So this year, we're going to do this again. We expect to have a bigger number of students answering the forms. So probably this number is going to be bigger. So that's what we expect this year. And this is the language families we found, 14 different language families. This is really something. So Afro-Asiatic, 5, Austro-Asiatic, 2, Austronesian, 2, Dravidian, 1, Indo-European, the majority of the language, 33, English, Creole. They consider to be a family language, a language family here. Iroquoian, Mohawk from here, Japonic. Some people consider Japanese an isolated language. Some they put on this Japonic language family. There's some controversy. I found this, but I put it as Japonic here. Language isolate, Korean is here. Mongolic, Niger-Congo, Sino-Tibetan, Chinese, Turkic, Turkish and Uzbek, and Uralic, 2, Uralic, Hungarian, and Finnish. So this is the breakdown of the families, 14 language families we found there. So you have Amharic, Arabic, Hebrew, Somali, and Tigrina in Afro-Asiatic language, Cambodian and Vietnamese as Austro-Asiatic language, Tagalog and Waray, Austronesian languages, Dravidian, Tamil, Indo-European, majority of the language. And for some people, when you say, let's say, I don't know, take Punjabi, you say it's an Indo-European language. Say, not really, you know. But Indo-European family is huge, yeah. So you have Punjabi here, you have Serbo-Croatian here, that's okay. Urdu is part of the Indo-European language family, Yiddish and other languages. English Creole, Jamaican, Patois, and Taki-Taki, Iroquoian, Mohawk, and Japonic for Japanese, isolate, Korean, Mongolian, Niger-Congo, Igbo, Swahili, and Tishluba, and Sino-Tibetan, Chinese, Turkic family, Turkish and Uzbek, Indo-Uralic, Finnish, and Hungarian. People say that they're not mutually intelligible, but they belong to the same family. So this is a huge breakdown of 14 languages. I was like, this is really a lot. And this is the percentage of each one. So you see Indo-European 57.9. So most of them are Indo-European, but you have tiny little chunks of other smaller ones. So this year, we're going to do this again. Probably this number can change, but I still believe, of course, this number is going to be like, stay like this a little bit bigger, because Indo-European language, I think the majority of the language you have there. So this is the website they did, DawsonSpeaks.com. And there you can find not everybody, but a few people who manage, okay, I want to be there, I want to be filmed there. So what I'm going to do with you now, I want to make a guess, a test with you, quiz. I'll show you because, as I told you, instead of just taking numbers statistically, okay, I have 20% this, 20% that, I like to put a face to a language. Okay, are you able to look at someone and say, oh, you should speak. I think you are Spanish. Spaniard. You speak Spanish. Are you able to do this? Just looking for someone, at someone? Sometimes. Some people, yeah. Yeah.
You know if you're going
Yeah.
to get high.
If you're an Asian, probably Chinese, Korean, or you can expect something. But let's say this person here. Which language this person speaks? Taki. No idea? Romanian. No, just one language. No, what's her mother tongue? Can't tell? Could be Arabic. Okay. Finnish? Other guesses? It's an Indo-European language. No, not Indo-European language. It's an Indo-European language. Polish?
Whoa.
No. Can I tell you?
Can we hear her talking first?
She speaks Greek. So this is the teacher who did this experiment there.
Hi, my name is Eleni Haven, and I teach in the languages profile here at Dawson College. I'm representing Greek. That's my mother tongue, and of course I grew up speaking Greek. I did my schooling in Greece, and it's a language that really is a big part of who I am. I speak it here in Montreal, but not as much as I would like. I speak it with my children, and with a few Greek friends that I have, and relatives. And I miss it a lot. So when I go back to Greece, however, it just feels very, very familiar and very easy to immerse myself again in my mother tongue. Kalimera, Mayana Elen Karanika, Kemilayu.
Okay. Oops. Good. So the first guess is not so successful. Let's try a second one. How about this person? Which language this person? Okay. This person speaks. Hebrew? Italian? Could be Italian, could be Hebrew. Swedish. Dutch. Other guesses? Other guesses? Spanish? Taki? No. Okay, I'll show you. Yiddish. Almost. Let's take a look. She's a teacher, Dawson.
My name is Sonia Silverberg, and I speak Yiddish badly. It was actually my father's mother tongue. His mama Dawson is what it's called in Yiddish, and I also went to Yiddish school for a few years when I was young. But at home, we didn't speak Yiddish, so that's why I speak it badly. I understand a lot more than I speak. So my favorite expression is sei gesund, which is what you say instead of saying goodbye to someone, you say be well. It's like saying take care, but sei gesund.
Sei gesund. Okay, another one. You must get one right. Come on. This other person here, this girl. Which language this girl speaks? Come on. No taki. Spanish. Okay, other guesses? Russian? Cantonese? No, it's the mother tongue. Like, it could be. She was born in China. I don't know. German? Okay, Cantonese. Spanish? Ukrainian? Polish? Ukrainian? You got it right. Rachel, yeah. Good, you guys are good now. Okay, let's see the...
Hi, my name is Rachel Minsky, and I speak Polish. I was born in Canada, but my father is from Poland, so he always spoke Polish with us, with me and my brothers. So that's the first language I learned, and it's the one we speak at home. Cześć, nazywam się Rachel, mówię po polsku i studiuję w Waszym koleżu.
Yay! You got one right. Okay. 1 point for you. This student here. Which? Dutch? Taki taki, okay. Punjabi. Tamil? Punjabi? Quechua? Azores. You guys are close. Bangla. Bengali. Okay. Let's see. How is Bengali?
Hi, my name is Nishu Begum and I'm a student from Dawson. I learned my language in Bangladesh, and when I moved to Canada, I started talking with my family and my friends, because I have a lot of Bengali friends. So whenever we're together, we speak the language. The neighbor I live in, there's a lot of Bengali people, so we speak a lot of Bangla. And when I'm at school, I speak English. সবাই কেমন আছেন? আমার নাম আশা করি আপনারা ভালো আছেন। আমার নাম হলো নিশু বেগম। আমি ডসন স্কুলে পড়ি।
Okay. Could be your next language. Okay, another one. This one. Taki taki, no. Spanish. Japanese. Korean. Spanish. Right. Taki taki, okay. Uruguayan accent. Mongolian. Okay, let's see. Korean. You guys are getting good. Okay, I think this. Oops, sorry. This is almost the last one. Let me show it.
Hi, my name is Anna and I speak Korean. My parents are from Seoul, so my parents are Korean. I wasn't born in Korea, but at home I speak Korean with my parents and my siblings. So that's how I kept my language. 안녕하세요. 제 이름은 은하고요. 한국말입니다.
Okay, very good. I have another one. This guy. Polish? Spanish? Portuguese? Quebecois? No taki-taka this time. Come on. Okay. Just by the name, from Azores. Yeah. Yeah, almost. No, let's go for the other one. This girl. Latino? No? Quechua? No. Quechua. Okay. Spanish? You're good. Mexican and Spanish. You guys are getting good. This student? German? Dutch? Other guesses? Danish? Nordic. Something Nordic here. What else this side here? Czech. The guesses? No? Chinese? No? You never know. You know? Ukrainian, Russian. Okay. And oops. Doesn't go. This person here, this woman. Spanish. This is the last one, okay? You get sick and tired of this. So this is the last one. Which language? It's not an Indo-European language.
Oh, Hungarian.
No. Swahili? No. Finnish? No. Arabic? No. Hungarian? No. Taki-taki? Maybe this is the person who speaks taki-taki. No, she speaks Mohawk. Yay! Kenyan Keka. By the way, we have a Mohawk reservation here close to Montreal. For those who don't know Montreal, it's like 10 minutes from here. You can talk Mohawk there.
You can also buy cigarettes.
Yeah, in other things, yeah. No taxes. There's no taxes there. Okay, so, whoops. Go. Yeah, so this is the gang that did the project. So you have Helen here, the teacher, the students from other language department that conduct this research. And they're going to do this again this year, this time with hopefully more students to have better results. I'm open for questions, but before, if you guys want to contact me, my email, my Twitter, and my Facebook. By the way, language is my passion, but my Twitter is only for my work, so I tweet about educational technology all the time. And if you guys want to see a video that Richard Senkat and me did here in Montreal 4 years ago, when he came to this global TV polyglot program, and we talked for 5 hours in Montreal, and then there was this video here. We share in the 5 languages we have in common. He speaks like 20 something, but we share 5. And he speaks Portuguese with a Portugal accent, but he can make a little bit of Brazilian accent. He's a very nice guy. Yeah, so he had a good time. So if you can go in YouTube and look for this, you can find this. So thank you very much. Merci. Any questions? Yes.
As a Montreal myself and someone who's also an immigrant and found the languages, I think this should be highly publicized and let know, because I'm getting sick of trying to hear all sorts of BS in this city, so that needs to be in people's face.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
You were saying that you guys had 140 forms.
Yeah.
Because they were filled out, I
Yeah,
guess.
was written forms. Yeah. This year we're gonna do this electronically. We have online forms, and there's gonna be like a prize for people who fill out the forms. So hopefully you're gonna have more people, because 140 is not a lot, but it's voluntary. Like you cannot force people to do this. Yeah. But this year it's gonna be. I hope we're gonna have more people. Yeah.
I just wanted one of the questions, just
Yeah.
comments. I think this is very, I don't know, how am I going to make it sound without being not too nice, but I mean, I think it's probably very cultural, because I guess probably in Ecuador, I mean, you will, as a teacher, you will read your student, and you would tell them, we have a form to fill out.
Yeah.
I don't know, 100 for me, another 100, another teacher,
Yeah.
we will have in 10 minutes, we
Yeah.
will have 2,000.
Well, we have this information, as I mentioned at the beginning, we have this information because when they register for Dawson, one of the questions is, what's your mother tongue, and all that. But this is confidential information. We can just...
The teacher, I'm saying,
the teacher could do, yeah.
for them to just inspire them to
Sure.
do it, I guess.
That's, yeah, one thing I do, I teach at Dawson some course, and I like to go through the list, the attendance list, and check for the last names and see and try to guess where the students are from. Most of the times I'm right, and sometimes no. But it's cool, because it's amazing. Like, you see the diversity you have there, it amazes me all the time. It's incredible. Good? Other questions? You're okay? Yep.
Just out of personal curiosity, what foreign languages are taught at Dawson, and what are available as courses to the general public?
I can show you this right now. If I go to Dawson College, mother language. This is our mother language department website. You have the course list here. We have Spanish, Italian, German, Hebrew, Mandarin, and Greek currently.
Some of those available to the general public as a...
This is for students, so we're taking a program there in the mother language. But if you want to study language, you must go to CTD, Dawson College, the Center for Training and Development. They have language courses. And we have a Confucius Institute here in Quebec at Dawson. You can take Chinese course up to the teaching level. Okay, you can be a certified Mandarin teacher at Dawson. Okay. CTD, I'll show you. It's dawsoncollege.qc.ca/CTD. Okay, like this. Here you have the languages. You come here, click languages, and you can see all the languages you have. You have the Confucius institute program here and other languages they have. So let's see, fall.
Someone had told me there was a Confucius Institute.
There is.
And I couldn't figure it out.
Oh, this is not for language, another thing. Yeah, yeah, we have. Yeah, I took an introduction, Chinese 100, not 101, just kidding. It was so cool. Thank you very much. Good, no other questions? Good, thank you.